United States is subject.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. The meeting will please come to order. Hello, everyone. My name is Trippy Congo, President of Wilmington City Council. I would like to thank everyone who has joined us virtually, and also to remind everyone that you do have the ability to come down to council chambers to also be in-house with us as well. For public comment, just as a reminder, there is a Google Form sign-up link in the chat for anyone who would like to speak, and public comment will take place after non-legislative business. At this time, we will have our opening prayer by Akira Granado.
Heavenly Father, we have assembled to handle the affairs of our city. As we do so, we ask for your guidance and understanding. We pray that our city reaches a place of peace and safety. Keep us out of harm's way and bless those who are in authority. Let respect be key in all our endeavors. Amen.
Amen. At this time, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge
Allegiance
allegiance to
to the
the
flag
flag
of
of
the
the
United States of America,
America,
and
and
to
to
the
the
to the
republic
republic
which
that
stands
stands
one
one
nation,
nation
To God,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
liberty and justice
with
for all.
liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Gray,
Present.
Councilwoman Darby,
Present.
Councilwoman Oliver,
Present.
Councilwoman Harley,
Present.
Councilwoman Fields,
Present.
Councilwoman McCoy,
Here,
Councilman Johnson,
here,
Councilman Field,
here,
Councilwoman Cabrera, Councilwoman Cabrera,
She was asked to be excused.
she's present.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Dixon,
present,
Councilman Spadola,
present.
Councilwoman Walsh,
Here,
President Congo,
Here.
13 present.
Reading of the minutes of the previous meeting, please.
August 19, 2021, City Council met in virtual regular session, the above date at 6:30 p.m. President Ernest M. Congo II presiding. The opening prayer was done by Kira Granardo, Deputy City Clerk. The Pledge of Allegiance was recited by City Council. I could hear her very vaguely.
I move the minutes be accepted as written.
second,
It's been properly moved and second that the minutes be accepted as written. On the question, all in favor signify by saying aye.
aye.
aye,
Any opposed? Motion carried. City's treasury report, please.
August 26, 2021, total investment, $484,810,494.13. Total cash on hand, $14,748,507.60. Grand total, $499,559,001.73. Submitted by Dwayne Sims, City Treasurer.
I move the treasurer's report be received, recorded, and filed.
Second.
Second,
It's been properly moved and second that the report be received, recorded, and filed. On the question, all in favor signify by saying aye.
aye.
aye,
Any opposed? Motion carried. This time I'll accept the motion to accept all non-legislative business.
So moved.
second,
It's been properly moved and second to accept all non-legislative business. On the question, all in favor signify by saying aye.
aye,
Any opposed? Motion carried. We do have two sympathy resolutions. The first is from all of council for Sylvia Marie Starkey, and the second is from Councilwoman Walsh, sympathy resolution for Patricia Rapper Cullen. Do any council members have any presentations this evening? If not, I don't see anyone. Okay. This time we're going to go move into legislative business. Let's see if public comment. Council member Gray.
No business this evening, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Council member Darby. Councilmember Darby. She might have a bad connection. I will go to Councilwoman Oliver, then come back to Councilmember Darby. Councilmember Oliver.
Yes, Mr. President, I have an ordinance to present and call for a first and second.
Just a moment. President Congo, since it's being changed, the order. Ordinance 21-041, Agenda 0088, an ordinance to authorize and approve a license agreement between the City of Wilmington and Environmental System Research Institute, Inc.
First reading of the ordinance.
An ordinance to authorize and approve a license agreement between the City of Wilmington and Environmental Systems Research Institute, Inc.
Second reading of the ordinance.
Mr. President, I move this be known for the first and second reading of the ordinance and refer to Finance and Economic Development Committee.
second,
It's been properly moved and seconded that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and refer to the Finance and Economic Development Committee.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have another ordinance to introduce. Mr. President, I have an ordinance to present and call for the first and second reading.
Ordinance 21-042, Agenda 0089, an ordinance to authorize and approve a discount disposal fee agreement between the City of Wilmington and the Delaware Solid Waste Authority.
First reading of the ordinance.
An ordinance to authorize and approve a discount disposal fee agreement between the City of Wilmington and the Delaware Solid Waste Authority.
Second reading of the ordinance.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move this be known for the first and second reading of the ordinance and refer to the Finance and Economic Development Committee.
second,
It's been properly moved and seconded that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and referred to the Finance and Economic Development Committee.
Thank you, Mr. President. That will be all for this evening.
All right, thank you. I'm going to circle back to Councilmember Darby.
Mr. President, I have an ordinance to present and call for the first and second reading.
Ordinance 21-043, Agenda 0087, an ordinance amending Chapter 41 of the City Code to prohibit the outdoor advertisement of tobacco products.
First reading of the ordinance.
An ordinance amending Chapter 41 of the City Code to prohibit the outdoor advertisement of tobacco products.
Second reading of the ordinance.
Mr. President, I move that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and refer to the Community Development and Urban Planning Committee.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and referred to the Community Development and Urban Planning Committee. Any other legislation, Councilwoman Darby?
None, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Harley.
No legislation tonight, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Fields.
No legislation tonight, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember McCoy.
Nothing tonight, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilmember Johnson.
No items tonight, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Field.
Nothing tonight, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilmember Cabrera.
No legislation this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Dixon.
Nothing tonight, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilmember Walsh.
no legislation. Thank you, Mr. President.
We skipped.
Thank you. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Thank you. Councilmember Spadola.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, I have an ordinance to present and call for the first and second reading.
Ordinance 21-044, Agenda 0090, an ordinance to amend Chapter 2 of the City Code to require annual ethics training and to revise the procedure to amend the city ethics requirements.
First reading of the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 2 of the City Code to require annual ethics training and to revise the procedure to amend the city's ethics requirement.
Council President, I move that be
Second
known
reading
as,
of the ordinance.
Council President, I move that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and refer to the Finance and Economic Development Committee.
Second,
It's been properly moved and second that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and referred to the Finance and Economic Development Committee. Any other legislation, Councilmember Spadola?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. At this time, we will move to petitions and communications, starting with Councilmember Walsh.
oh, thank you, Mr. President. The only thing I have to say this evening is, well, I have a couple things. Any council member who has a specific topic that they want covered at the public safety meeting, could you please email me, text me, or call me on the phone? There are hard times that we're having on our streets, and there are tough issues that need to be addressed. And I'm very much open to having the committee address some of these issues. Second thing I want to address on this evening is the behavior of city council. I have probably on occasion embarrassed this council over something stupid I've done in the past. I hope not, but I'm sure I have. And I've certainly have winced at some of the things other council members have done, especially the last council meeting the last council group that we had prior to this one. I have never been as appalled by the behavior of another member of this council as I have been by one of our sitting council members right now. I believe she owes an apology to the police department. I believe she owes an apology to the citizens of this city. And I just can't even imagine where she was going with what she decided to post on social media. And, you know, we might think when we're on social media that what we're saying doesn't apply to our job. Well, just like a police officer, we're not only elected for 5 hours of the day or 10 hours of the day, we're elected 24 hours of the day. So our behavior is answerable, and it's answerable to the people. And one of the things even district council members need to make sure that they don't do in representing their own districts is, first, they do no harm to the rest of the city. And this continuation of building bricks between the black and white and brown community of our city has to stop. And I hope it stops with whatever actions might be taken by this individual. And that's all I have this evening. Thank you.
Councilman Spadola.
Thank you, Council President. I would like to use some of my time to ask for a moment of silence for the lives lost in Afghanistan today of our service members, and also all the lives that have been lost over the past few weeks. Thank you, Council President. I have nothing further.
Councilwoman Dixon.
Nothing tonight.
Councilwoman Cabrera.
Yes, if you can hear me clearly, I just want to remind folks that the August quarterly is this coming weekend on the 29th. The church service will take place. So hoping that folks are able to attend. And in September, the Hispanic month is around the corner, and we'll have more information about that. And yes, keeping our city in prayer, the mothers of the folks who have unfortunately, passed away from the shootings and the violence, the family members, brothers, sisters, everyone is affected. I think that when we lose a life, we're all being cheated out of the potential that that person has and what they could have contributed in the future. So we're all at loss. We should never feel like, well, it didn't happen in our district or it didn't happen to a family member. Every single person in our city, anything that happens to another, we're all deeply affected by it. So just want, the citizens to know that we are thinking of you. I wish there was one clear solution. It is a combination of things, and we are diligently as a group working on trying to get to the root cause of this and really working with our young people and the families to overcome, what's happening, this pandemic that we have of violence in our city. So with that said, just want to, keep the families in prayer, and that, you keep us in prayer as well as leaders, because it's really not easy to do this job and balancing it. So I just want to thank everyone for their service and our citizens for your support. That's it this evening, Mr. President.
Councilman Field.
Nothing else tonight, Mr. President.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes, Mr. President, I do have two announcements. Tomorrow evening is Sleeping Under the Stars, and this is sponsored by Guerrilla Republic's Roberto Clemente Baseball League and 302 Guns Down. It will be on Woodlawn Park starting at 7:30 p.m. So it's going to be a campfire sleepover, and the movie playing will be The Goonies starting at 8 p.m. So again, we're continuing to utilize youth engagement on the west side. So please come out. There will be food and concessions all night. So it'll be a good time, and the weather looks pretty good so far. The other reminder is just continuing to submit your ideas as we talk about public safety and what we're looking forward to rounding out 2021 and 2022. We still are putting together a strategic plan for the use of the American Rescue Funds. So please email arpideas@wilmingtondE.gov, or you can call and leave a comment at 302-576-2494. So far, City Council, we read every single request and comment. I know, public safety is, of course, so far is number one on the polls. So we do hear you loud and clear, and we're continuing to work through ideas so that we can really try to solve the issues we have out there. So again, email or call us and leave a comment, and we can work on solving these problems as a team in a community. Thank you.
Councilwoman McCoy.
I have nothing to share, Mr. President. Thank you.
Councilwoman Fields.
I do have something, Council President. Thank you. First of all, I'd like to say good evening to everyone. If you didn't hear me before, I have 3 events coming up in my district. The first one is the Village Tree Incorporated. They're having a barbecue and a school supply block party, which is on Saturday, August the 28th, from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's at 214 Delmore Place. And they have COVID testing and vaccines will be available on site. I do have the flyer, and I can distribute that if necessary. The YES program presents cleanup for Dorney Park. The cleanup day is scheduled August the 28th, 2021. Dorney Park trip, September 4th, 2021. The meeting point is at Helen Chambers Park, which is which they call West Center City 6th Street Park. In order to attend Dorney Park, your child must attend Community Cleanup Day. They will meet in the meeting point. At the meeting point, hours for cleanup day is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Parents must register their children's. Seats to Dorney Park are limited. First 40 children. Parents are welcome to attend, however, must purchase their own tickets. Volunteers are strongly recommended for both cleanup and Dorney Park. And I have one more. The YES program presents I'm So Wilmington College Essay Scholarship Contest. Applicant qualifications: must be a City of Wilmington resident, must be a senior going to college. Sponsors are welcome. Instructions: contestants must write a 2-page essay on what it means to be from the City of Wilmington and what changes our city needs for the youth. That is going to be on Monday, the 30th of August. As you know, I always have a quote for us. The quote is, "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant." Robert Louis Stevenson. That's all I have, Mr. President. Thank you.
Councilwoman Harley.
Yes, Mr. President. First of all, I wanted to announce that on Tuesday, September the 7th, I know it's a few days away, but because there has been a lot of inquiries and a lot of interest regarding the new Bancroft School project, I wanted to mention that on Tuesday, September the 7th, from 6 to 7, there's going to be a public meeting. It's going to be held at 6 in Lombard Street. It's not going to be at Bancroft. They're going to be doing a construction project walking tour. And we're just inviting all of those residents that live near Bancroft to please come out. Parents, students, stakeholders, please come out. That's everyone's time to come and ask questions as it relates to the new Bancroft School project. And for those that are hearing it for the first time, they're building a new campus, a new Bancroft campus between Lombard and Spruce and 6th and 7th Street near the old school. So again, Tuesday, September the 7th from 6 to 7. That's all I have, Mr. President. Thank you.
Councilwoman Oliver.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to make several comments. First, I'd like to thank all the residents who came out to the 3rd District concert at Brown Burton Winchester Park. Really nice event. Even though the storm didn't come through. So just nice turnout. I'd like to thank all the vendors who showed up. Secondly, I would like to announce the 3rd District Civic Association is having a meeting Monday at Stubbs School, Elementary School on Pine Street from 6:30 to 7:30 to talk about some issues in the 3rd District on the east side. Another announcement I'd like to make, we have a $500 scholarship, not just in the 3rd District, for students or participants, youth in high school or college to write an essay why they are interested in the arts program for Millie Cannon Scholarship Fund. And lastly, I would also like to say something about the behavior of a council member. There is a certain standard as a council member we should take. It comes with a title. And I take my title, and I would hope every member of council takes it seriously. I am definitely in favor of a march. I'm in favor of what's right and what's wrong, but it's a way you do everything. I'm in favor of having a conversation about the Wilmington PD or the fire department. It could go on and on. Do I like a lot of things that the police are doing? No. I send my emails to the president, who I respect, President Congo, to the utmost, and I would never do anything publicly to disrespect him. So we may have our differences and we may have our dirty laundry, but I would never do it in public because I would like to see him excel. So do I think they're doing the best that they could do? No, I don't. Do I think we could have a conversation? I do. But to do things publicly to embarrass or hurt another race or color, I disagree with it. I have white family members, I have gay family members, and I just Spanish family members. So I too would like to speak out against any discrimination that would be for Asians, Indians, or whatever. So I too would like to speak against any anti-racism as a council member with this title. I think we have to represent the whole city. So being elected for the 3rd District, I take it very seriously. I could be a wild card, but when it comes to this title and people elected me, I really Councilwoman Xanthia Oliver when I'm on duty. And when I'm not on duty, it's something else. But I too feel the same sentiment as Councilwoman Walsh to a certain extent. When you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Judge Judy always says, when you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. So I too would like to express that. And no disrespect, and we're not taking it personal. I don't go on Facebook to say negativity. I always try to be positive and bring upbeat to our community. We have enough negativity going on out there with our kids killing each other. So I try to focus on that the best I can, try to bring awareness to it. And when I try to have an event, I try to have an event so we can bring some joy to each other. But to constantly badger each other or just hate crimes, I mean, we're no better than the Trump on the 6th. So I too would say we have to calm down, and it's nothing personal, but I mean, all the phone calls I received today, I didn't see the post, but I received quite a few calls about it, and I just don't like it. Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilwoman Darby.
Yes, thank you. I have a few announcements. I got a donation of about 30 book bags and hygiene kits. So if anyone, not specifically just for the 2nd District, but anyone throughout the city of Wilmington, if there's a family who did not get a chance to go to the many of book bag and supply drives that were happening throughout the last week or two, definitely reach out to me, reach out to the office. I have book bags and hygiene kits to give out. So that's my announcement for tonight. Thank you.
Councilwoman Gray. Councilwoman Gray.
I'm sorry, I was on mute. Thank you, Mr. President. The Metropolitan Wilmington Urban League Guild and the Mental Health Association are giving a training session called WRAP. It's for 18 years old and older. It's a wellness recovery action plan. And with all the discussion we've been discussing about the depression and stress and everything else going on, I think this is a good thing. It's an 8-week session of WRAP and faith-based wellness plan to maintain a positive well-being. It's from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. every Tuesday, September 7th to October 26th. And it's going to be at the Community Service Building. You must be 18 and you have to register. And if you complete all the sessions, you do get a certificate. And to register, you email mwul.org, WRAP. And that's for Metropolitan Wilmington Urban League Guild. So that's all I have this evening, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you everyone for your petitions and communication. I just have a few announcements. First, I just want to remind everyone that we are in the process of redistricting our city and our 8 councilmanic districts. So I definitely want to make sure that the public knows that we want your input. Our next meeting will be on September the 23rd. If you would like more information, you can always go to our website at wilmingtoncitycouncil.com. As a reminder, school is opening soon, and just want to encourage all the children to do their best, and for the parents to make sure that you are getting to know your child's teachers. That relationship is critical for the success of your child. And I do, and I'm sure that a lot of other council members, we do have scholarship money available for college for children and adults who live in the city of Wilmington, who would like to apply for scholarships. Just call us at 576-2140. Again, you can go to our website for more information, but our number is 576-2140. And again, those are for for college scholarships only. Just want to remind everyone that council chambers is reopened, so you are welcome to continue to be included in our meetings virtually like you are now, or if you want to come down to council chambers, you do have that ability also, and you will be able to speak and give public comment in the building and also virtually. We have a hybrid model. We just want to make sure again that we are being as accessible as we can be, and also keeping everyone safe. That's it. And as far as the continued violence that we have experienced here in the city of Wilmington, I really believe that we as a local government and all of our colleagues on the county and the state level really need to step up to the plate and do more. I don't I haven't seen a plan to deal with the violence that is happening in our city. We cannot continue to blame the parents, to blame the youth. We can't expect the youth to fix it themselves. I really believe that we have to come together with our local nonprofits, our community leaders, our churches, and with each other to come up with a plan. I think that we need to declare a state of emergency because, I mean, this is unprecedented and we can't continue to blame COVID. There has to be a solution. And the only way that we come up with that solution is that if we all come together and change the system. We know there are so many solutions and so many difficulties that our children, our families are having, and it has kind of culminated into what we're experiencing right now. But I believe that it's our responsibility to dismantle that system that has our children in this state of violence that we are experiencing. And at the end of the day, the city wins, communities win, and we all win. But I think that we have to take a serious look at how we are providing resources for our families here in the city. I think. All right. With that, I will accept a motion to adjourn.
So move.
So moved. Second.
All right. It's been properly moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Take care, everyone. Good night.